Time now is 1:05. Ekason. We are what doing a join wani webinar being presented by legal immigration lawyers in collaboration with DAM TV. Now, like I said, what we are delighted you could join us. You've put aside everything you've been doing to join this webinar. So what is the webinar? It's Understanding Indefinite Leave to Remain, ILR. Right now, there's been a lot of things going on around. How long will it take me to get ILR? My name is Olaide Osazua, and I work for Legal Immigration Lawyers. Few things. Please keep your device at a setting not to disturb others, because when you may not want to be. It's been recorded. We're in a webinar mode, which means it's being recorded and then it will be posted on our YouTube channel for people who have missed it to watch it again if they want to. Now, webinar, most people will be saying, I have this question, I want to clarify this. Type Q&A. Otherwise, at the end of the webinar, you will have a chance to ask any question at the end of the webinar. So what are we going to learn in this webinar today? Why are you at what is in stock? What are we going to learn? The first thing is Kini ILR go, indefinitely talk on Kini, what is it? Go. How long ló take me láti gba ILR at the moment, Now, Kini ìjọba gan sọ, because you go on social media, you go on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, there is a lot of information about it. But what is the government actually saying about this indefinite leave to remain? So let's go into it. Now, the first thing is, what is ILR? Yeah, indefinite leave to remain. Indefinite leave remain. So simply, it means you can stay in the UK for as long as you want. Usually, think about wasi Louis, but you work for students, one lè fún any visa ọdún kan àbọ̀dún méjì, post study one for any visa ọdún kan àbọ̀dún méjì. But for indefinite leave to remain, kò sígbà tí visa ẹ̀ máa expire. Àfi tí home office bá gbà, àbí tí wọ́n fúnra rẹ̀ bá ṣe nǹkan tán fi gbà, bóyá for instance, bóyá o kúrò nílùú, ó pẹ́ gan, ó padà. So it's not citizenship, but it gives, having indefinite leave to remain gives you the right to stay in the country for as long as you want. You can work with no time limit. You can study in the UK. Pẹ̀lú indefinite leave to remain, kò sí pé visa mi fẹ́ expire o, mo need àti ká application jọ o. No. Kúrò need àti ṣe visa kankan mọ́. O lè gba benefits. You can go and claim benefits. And tó bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ náà o, generally, after 12 months, generally, of course, oríṣiríṣi òfin ló wà, but generally, after 12 months of being indefinite leave to remain, tó bá fẹ́, you can say, okay, I want to become a British citizen. Need ìwọ tó bá wà lórí skilled worker visa, tó bá ní indefinite leave to remain, you can change your employer. Kò sí pé employer ló gbé mi wọ̀lú so mi lè change iṣẹ́ mi easily. No, with indefinite leave to remain, you can change your employer. So you could tell immediately that there is a lot of benefits that comes from having indefinite leave to remain. Now, báwo lèèyàn ṣe lè gba indefinite yìí báyìí ní as of today o? Báwo lèèyàn ṣe lè gba indefinite leave to remain? Oríṣiríṣi ọ̀nà ló wà. Our lawyers máa ń pè àwọn kan ní route that leads to settlement, or some visa that leads to settlement. A dẹ̀ tún máa ń sọ pé àwọn kan wà tí ò lead sí settlement. So generally, ṣe bá àwọn route tí ò lead sí settlement yẹn, as of today, tó bá ti wà nílùú for 10 years, tó níwèé, tó ní pálí ẹ̀, even though you are on a route that doesn't lead to settlement, but if you've been in the country for 10 years lawfully, then you can apply for indefinite leave to remain. Mo ṣe àpẹẹrẹ or example sójú screen pé ká imagine Mr. A ó wọ̀lú ní 2017 on a student visa. Ó parí degree ẹ̀, ó parí PhD ẹ̀, ó dẹ̀ switch sí graduate visa, ó dẹ̀ wá gba skilled worker visa. Now, torí pé ó ti ń gbèlú láti 2017 tó dẹ̀ níwèé, by next year 2026 làwa wà báyìí, by next year ó lè apply for indefinite leave to remain here, even though ó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ skilled worker visa ni. But torí pé ó ti wà nílùú for 10 years lawfully, even though it might be on a route that doesn't lead to settlement, he can apply for his indefinite leave to remain. Now, some temporary visas don't count towards the 10 years. An example is visiting visa. Now, for the route that leads to settlement, pé tó bá ti wà lórí ẹ̀ o, ọjọ́ tó bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ lórí ẹ̀ ló ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń ka settlement ẹ̀, it is usually 5 years at the moment. Mo dẹ̀ tẹ́ bá wo screen mi ẹ̀ rí. For instance, skilled worker, tó bá ti wà lórí skilled worker for 5 years, wàá gba indefinite ẹ̀. Tó bá wà lórí global talent, for instance, depending on the type of global talent tó wà, between 3 to 5 years, wàá gba global talent ẹ̀. Àwọn other asylum náà, refugee, usually 5 years, wàá gba indefinite ẹ̀. Armed forces, bóyá o wà lára àwọn tó ń bá wọn ja ogun, it depends, usually 4 years, but if you are discharged because of medical reasons, it could be lesser. But tẹ́ bá wojú board ẹ rí pé most categories are 5 years, so that's why we said it takes generally 5 years. But for you to get it, you must be on the 5 years route, or you must be on a route that leads to settlement. If you are not on a route that leads to settlement, then you are looking at 10 years. Tó yẹ pé student, tó ṣáà extend, tó ṣáà oríṣiríṣi nǹkan, as long as you've been in the country for 10 years lawfully, then you could apply for your indefinite leave to remain. But there are still some routes as well tó jẹ́ pé ó vary between 5 to 10 years. Mo dẹ̀, for example, sojú board. For instance, ọmọ tó wọ̀lú, ó ti wá dàgbà, ó ti pé 18, but ìgbà tó wọ̀lú ọmọ kékeré ni. We usually call that category private life young adults. So if they come to the UK, they are under 25 years as of today, but they've arrived in the UK before they are 18, and they've lived in the UK for half of their life, then they can be on the route to settlement within 5 years. Within 5 years. So wọ́n wà under 25, wọ́n ti gbélùú for more than half of their life, then they can apply for settlements under private life as a young adult and get their indefinite leave to remain within 5 years. But fún àwọn èèyàn míì, àwọn àgbàlagbà míì tó jẹ́ pé wọn ò níwèé, wọ́n kàn wà nílùú, bóyá wọ́n fi visiting wọlé o, wọn ò padà, àbí bóyá wọn ò tiẹ̀ fi visiting kankan wọlé, ojú boat náà gbá wọ̀lú, wọ́n ṣàkọ̀ wà nílùú, wọn ò níwèé, wọn ò ní kankan. Àwọn wọ̀nyẹn, they are looking at, wọ́n kọ́kọ́ lo 20 years nílùú náà. Tó bá ti wá fún wọn ní 20 years yẹn, wọ́n á máa renew ẹ̀ every 2.5 years for another 10 years. So they are looking at around 30 years kan tó lè gba indefinite wọn. So it's 20 years of living in the country láì níwèé. Then tó bá ti wá gbàwé yẹn, wọ́n máa fún wọn ní 2.5 years lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́rin. So ó jẹ́ 30 years. Total jẹ́ 30 years. Then